Hi guys, Ms. Berg again. I am going to be talking about 6-7 today. This is probably going to be the hardest thing to understand when it comes to fractions. So if you understand how to do this lesson, you will be good on the fractions. So I'm going to do my best to explain this. You really just got to work with me here. Think of yourself as a pizza shop owner. Think about places if you go to a mall or something and you see a pizza place, you always buy pizzas by a slice more than you do whole pizzas. So think of it being that you own a pizza place at like a mall or something, so that you can understand what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to flip it around again. If you don't understand it, please let me know, email me, and I can come up with a time to meet up with you guys and do some Zooms. So just remember about that. This is the first time I've ever had to teach fractions through a recording. So this is going to be very difficult for me. Not something I ever want to do again. This is a very hard concept to try to teach over recording. So I'm going to do my best to show you what I'm talking about. So I am going to flip this around. Here we go. Okay. So first thing, to practice for a race, Kara is running 2.5 miles. When she reaches the end of the street, she knows that she already ran 1 5/6 of a mile. How many miles does Kara have left to run? So again, she is running this. When she goes to her end of her street, she knows she already ran this much. So how much more does she have left to go? Well, in order to figure out the difference between these two numbers is you would have to subtract. So, all right, now this is what I'm talking about. Here we know that we have to subtract. So right here, it already did it for us. It changed the two. You could have renamed them to 12ths by just multiplying them and finding that you could have changed them to 12ths. So if you did that, how do you do a 2 to a 12? You times that by 6, and you do the same thing here. So that would be 6/12. So that would be 2 and 6/12 because my whole number still remains the same. Here, when you do this, this is where you go and get a 6 to a 12, you times it by 2, and you do it here as well. So when you do that, it would be 10/12. So they're telling you could have done it that way. You could have changed them to 12ths. Me personally, I'm going to redo it because I would have changed it to 6th. But it doesn't matter. I'll come back to this one for those of you who chose to do the 12ths. I'm going to do this one more time, but with the 6th. Because you could have just have looked at the bigger one, which is a 6. Can I get a 2 to a 6? I sure can. So I think it's a lot easier if you're going to 6th. So therefore, this would remain the same because it's already in 6th. Here is where it would change. What would I do to a 2 to get it to 6? I times it by 3 and this by 3. So that would be 3/6. Okay, and then 2 wholes. All right, so remember how I was saying that you're going to be like a pizza shop owner? This is where I need you guys to really pay attention here. So this is what you have as a pizza shop owner. You have 2 full pizzas in the back. Okay, they're in the back though. So of course you're not going to get them out just yet. And then out ready for them to grab by the slice is 3 slices out of 6. So how I do that is I do this. All right, so this should be 6 slices right here. But remember, I only have 3 out of the 6 ready to go. So that's why I'm gonna just shade 3 out of my 6 slices. So there's only 3 left out of the 6 slices. Now, here's the issue. This is what I have, but out of the 3 out of 6 slices, a customer comes in and says, well, I want 5 slices. So I want a whole pizza and then 5 slices out of the 6. Well, right here, do I have enough to give them 5? And this is where you should be saying, no, I do not. But what could I do? I can go in the back and I can grab one of my pizzas, which is right here, correct? And then I'm going to make it, and I'm going to put it in the slices that they want. They said out of 6 slices, so I'm still going to keep it into the 6th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore, this is now cut up into 6. So now I have 6 more slices to get them. Now, am I just going to toss away all of these old slices that were already sitting out? No, I wouldn't. That is just a waste. So what I would do is probably get rid of these ones first. So if you are doing this, technically speaking, you have now another pizza, right, that had 6 out of 6 slices after I made it. So what I did is I went to the back, got one, here's my one, I remade it, it is 6 out of 6 slices. So now how many slices do I have? Well, I have 6 here plus that 3, so really, I really have 9 6. So now I have really 9 slices to give away. So now when they want 5, now can I give them 5 like they had wanted? Now I can. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is left is 4 out of 6 slices. And then here, I remember I only had 1 in the back. Now I'm going to subtract off the one that my customer wants. So now I have nothing as a whole pizzas left. So then my answer would be 4/6. So that is what you do here. So it is 4/6. Now the issue with this again is you could have reduced this, or you could have just have kept that as an answer. So in order to find out how to reduce, again, I don't want you to do that on your homework. This is perfectly good enough. But if you did reduce, you would do the factor rainbow of 4. So that is 1 times 4. And then 2 times something, does 2 times something equal 4? Yes, 2 times itself. So therefore, you check and see whether any of these numbers can go into 6 evenly as well, because we already know they're all factors of 4. So can 4 go into 6 evenly? No. Can 2 go into 6 evenly? Yes. So therefore, you can divide both the top and the bottom by 2. How many 2's go into 4? That is 2. How many 2's can go into 6? That would be 3. So the other thing I would have accepted is 2/3 as well. So one or the other is good enough. All right, so now I'm going to keep on going here. Again, just remember, you want to satisfy what your customer wants. So that is the biggest thing to remember here. So here's the next one. They said that you have to rename both the mixed numbers fractions greater than 1. So here we go. This one has a 6 and this one has a 2. to find a quick way to find a denominator, if you need it, you could do 6 times 2, which is 12. So you could have changed these all to 12s. Me personally, I would have just gone and did my way, going by 6s to see what could go into 2 as well. So 6 times 1 is 6. Can I get a 2 to a 6? I sure can. So therefore, I'm going to change everything to 6. So since this one is already in 6, I'm just going to slide it on over 1 5/6. Here, what would I do to a 2 to get it to a 6? I have to times that by 3 and this by 3. So that would be 2 3/6 minus 1 5/6. Okay, now here's the thing. I'm going to do that over here. Okay, so can I subtract now that all my denominators are the same? Yes. So now, what do I have out for my customers? I only have 3 slices. But what do they want? They want 5. Do I have enough to give them what they want, which is the 5 slices? And you should be saying no, because I only have 3 slices out for them to go. So what could I do? I could go to the back, grab one of those pizzas. So now I only have 1 in the back. Now, because I'm grabbing one of those pizzas, I'm going to make it. Now, here I made it. Now, what did my customer want it out of? They wanted it into 6. So I'm still going to make 6. So what is 1 pizza when it comes to 6? It is 6/6. So that would give me another 6 more slices on this one, because remember, 1 whole when it comes to 6 is 6 out of 6 slices. So now I not only have 6 slices, but I have the 3 from when we first started, before we made anything. So now that comes out to be a total of 9/6. All right, so now can I subtract that? Yes, I can. So 9 minus 5 is 4/6 again. So they're actually telling you here that the other way you could have thought about this is 2 wholes is like saying 6/6 is 1 whole. Another whole is 6/6 again. So if you want to change them all like this, you can, and then add it up, which would be 6 + 6 + 3 is 15/6. Or you could have done this as well. 1 whole when it comes to 6 would be 6/6, and then 5/6. So then when you add that, that comes to be 11/6. Then you can look at it this way if you like it to look at it that way. That is fine. It's just not the way I go about teaching it. But then you can do 15 minus 11 is 4/6. So this is a different way that they're showing you as well. So if you want to use it this way, that's fine. If you want to use it my way, that's up to you as well. So you could do either of those ways. All right, but I'm going to come back down here to the one down here. 4.5 minus 3 4/5. All right, so here's the thing. Can you subtract these fractions as they are? One is talking about pizzas that are cut up into only 2 slices, and this one's cut up into 5. So is this the same? It is not. So we have to come up with a common denominator. Again, you can just do a quick way, doing 5 times 2, which is 10. So I'm going to just take that one real quick. I'm going to change everything to tenths. What do I do to a 2 to get it to 10? I would times it by 5 and this by 5. So that would be 5/10. And then my whole number would be 4. Here, what would I do to a 5 to get it to 10? I times it by 2, so I do the same to my numerator. 4 times 2 is 8, and then my whole number is 3. All right, so again, this is what you have
And this is what a customer comes in and wants. So what you have out ready for your customers to eat is 5 slices, but they said, no, I want 8. Do you have 8 single slices to give them if you just have 5 sitting out? And you should be saying, no, you don't have enough. You can't have, you only have 5. You can't give away 8 yet. So what must you do? Actually, what you need to do is you need to go to the back and get a pizza. So now you only have 3 pizzas in the back now. You're going to make that pizza. So there it is. I just made a new pizza. I'm going to cut it up like what my customer wants. My customer wants it in tenths. So if I cut it up into tenths, a whole pizza would be 10 out of the 10 slices. So when I am doing this, should I throw away this 5 because it's old? If you're a pizza shop owner, you absolutely should not do that. You should actually get rid of this amount first. So actually, you don't just have 10 slices, you actually have 15 out of the 10 slices now. So now you have a total of 15 slices. So now can you give away 8 if you have 15? And you should be saying yes. So what is 15 minus 8 is 7 tenths. So therefore that is 7 tenths. Then 3 minus 3 is 0. So therefore your answer is 7 tenths. All right, here we have 9 and 1/6 minus 2 and 3/4. Okay, again, you could use the quick way to find a common denominator by doing 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is changing everything to 24ths, or you could use my way of going by 6s until the 4 can go into it as well. So I'm going to do that one. 6 times 1 is 6. Can I get a 4 to a 6? I cannot get a 4 to a 6 evenly. So then going by 6s, the next multiple of 6 is 6 times 2, which is 12. Can I get a 4 to a 12? And here is where I can. So I'm going to change all of these to 12ths. All right, what do I do to a 6 to get it to 12? I times it by 2 and this by 2. So that would be 9 and 2/12. Here, what do I do to a 4 to get it to 12? Times it by 3 and this by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So then it would be 2 and 9/12. All right, now can I subtract these fractions as they are? Yes, because they have the same denominator. All right, so now, next thing. I have 2 slices out for my customer. My customer comes in and says, I want 9. Do you have enough to give them their order of 9 slices? This is where you should be saying, no, I do not have enough. So this is where you have to go to the back. You have to grab a pizza. So now you have only 8 whole pizzas in the back. I'm going to take that pizza, I'm going to make it, and I'm going to cut it into the way that they want it. They wanted it in 12ths. So if I make a whole pizza when it comes to 12ths, that means I would need 12 out of 12 slices to make a whole pizza. So now I have 12 brand new slices, but then that's not all I have. I also have those 2 from previous. So therefore that is a total of 14 slices out of 12. So now do I have enough to get rid of 9? And this is where you can. So what is 14 minus 9? Well, 14 minus 9 is 5 out of 12. And then looking at my here, 8 minus 2 is 6. So my answer is 6 and 5/12. That is my answer to that. All right, now, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and try doing 3, 4, and 5 on Oh, actually, no, I don't want you to do that. I will give you another one to do on your own. Right now, I just want you to, do the next ones with me. The only issue is if you look, there's really not enough space. So it's probably in your best interest to grab another piece of paper. So I'm gonna do it here, so I have more than enough room. So my first problem is 3 2/3 minus 1 and 11/12. All right, so first thing that I could do is I got to find a common denominator here. You could do the quick way of doing 12 times 3, and that's changing everything in 36, or you could find the bigger of the two, which is 12, and then go by 12s to see until you can get that other one into it. So can I get a 3 to a 12? I can't. So therefore, I'm going to change everything to 12s. Since this one is already into 12ths, I'm just simply sliding it over. But this one is not into 12ths. So what do I need to do to a 3 to get it to 12? I need to times it by 4. So I do the same to the top. So that would be 8/12. And then my whole number is still 3. All right, here we go. So this is what, again, this is what I have as a pizza shop owner. My customer comes in and says, I want 1 whole pizza and then 11 out of 12 slices. So how many slices do I have out ready for them to go is 8, but my customer wants 11. Do I have enough to fulfill their order? And you should be saying, no, it's not enough. You can't have 8 minus 11. That's actually a negative number, and we can't do that. So we have to come over and borrow from the back. I'm going to grab a pizza. So now there's only 2 whole pizzas back there. I'm going to take that pizza and I'm going to make it. I just made it. Now I'm going to cut it how they want it. So they wanted it into 12s. So 1 whole pizza when it comes to 12s would be 12 out of 12 slices. So here's my brand new whole pizza cut into 12s. So there's 12 slices here. But then am I going to just throw away this one? Absolutely not. I'm actually I don't just have 12 now. I have 8 from the beginning. So 8 plus 12 more is now 20 out of the 12 slices. So now we have 20 slices. Now can I subtract off 11? Now I can. So what is 20 minus 11? That is 9/12. And now I can look at my whole number. 2 minus 1 is 1. So my answer could have been 1 and 9/12. And then also you could say and see if this could be reduced down. Again, this would be perfectly fine to find that answer. That would be a good answer right there. But if you wanted to go the extra step of reducing, you would find the factor rainbow of 9. So it'd be 1 times 9. Does 2 times something equal 9? No. Does 3 times something? Yes, 3 times itself. So now you see, starting from the back, the biggest one, see if they could both go into these numbers. 9 can go into 9. We've already discussed that. But can 9 go into 12 evenly? No, it cannot. 3, we already know, is a factor of 9. So we know that would go in evenly. But can 3 go into 12 evenly? Yes, it can. So therefore, what it's saying is you can divide both the top and the bottom by 3 to reduce that fraction. So how many 3s go into 9? That is 3. How many 3s go into 12? That is 4. So therefore, my answer is 1 and 3/4 as well. So you could have picked 1 and 9/12 or 1 and 3/4 as an answer. All right, next. So that was number 3. So now we're going to do number 4. Number 4 is 4 and 1/4, and then this one is 2 and 1/3. Again, you could do the quick way of multiplying and finding a common denominator, or you can just go by multiples of the bigger one. So my multiples of 4. So can I do 3 go into 4? no, I cannot. The next multiple of going by 4s is 8. Can I get a 3 to an 8? Again, that is a no. So then 12, can I get a 3 to a 12? Yes, I can. So therefore, I just found a common denominator. I'm going to change these all to 12ths. My whole numbers, again, stay the same. They do not change. The only thing that changes is my fraction. What do I do to a 4 to get it to 12? I times it by 3 and this by 3. So that would be 3/12. Then here, what do I do to a 3 to get it to 12? I times it by 4 and this by 4. 4 times 1 is 4. All right, now I can do this. So here we go. We have 3 slices. Out for my customer. My customer comes in and wants 4 slices. Do I have enough for them? No, I do not. So now what I have to do is I have to go to the back, take a pizza. So I'm going to have that pizza right here. So that means I only have 3 whole pizzas in the back now. I make up my pizza, but I got to cut it the way they want it. So they want it in 12ths. So what is a whole pizza when it comes to 12ths? A whole pizza would be 12 out of 12 slices. So now I got 12 brand new slices, but then obviously I'm not going to throw away the old 3. I'm going to probably give those 3 to them first. So that comes to a total of 15 slices now. So now do I have enough to give them 4? And you should be saying yes. So what is 15 minus 4? That is 11 over 12. And then 3 minus 2 is 1. So therefore my answer would be 1 and 11/12. All right, next thing is number 5. Number 5 is 5 2/5. So 5 2/5 minus 1 1/2. All right, so first thing that you could do is you got to find a common denominator. We'll just use the quick method of just multiplying these two. 5 times 2 is 10. So I'm going to change these to tenths. What do I do to a 5 to get it to 10? I times it by 2 and this by 2. So then that would be 4/10 and 5 wholes still. Here I still have 1 whole, but then how do I get a 2 to a 10? I times that by 5 and this by 5. All right, so now when I subtract, so here we go. This again is how much I have out for my customer, but my customer comes in and says, I want 5 slices. Well, I only have 4 out. Do I have enough to give them their order? And this is where you should be saying, no, you don't have enough. So you got to go into the back, grab a pizza. So now you only have 4 whole pizzas back there. I'm going to take that 1 pizza that I just grabbed from the back, and now I made it. Here it is. Now, how am I going to cut it? I'm going to cut it into tenths because that's what they wanted. So what is 1 whole pizza when it comes to tenths? That would be 10 out of 10. So do I only have 10 slices? No, I have the 4 that were originally there. So now that is 14 slices are now out. Now do I have enough to give up 5? And now you should be saying yes. So 14 minus 5 is 9 out of 10. And then 4 minus 1 is 3. So my answer is 3 9/10. Now you could go and check and make sure whether this could be reduced down or not. So you could do the factor rainbow, 1 and 9. And then 3 is the other factor. Can 9 go into 10 evenly? No. Can 3 go into 10 evenly? No. Can 1 go into 10 evenly? Yes. So when you divide both 1 to both top and bottom, let's see what it comes out to be. How many 1s go into 9? That is still 9. How many 1s go into 10? That is still 10. and still 3 wholes. So therefore, it did not change. It's already in its reduced state. So that is just a way that you can see whether it was already reduced. This one was. All right. I'm going to do like 3 more, and then I'm going to have you do one on your own. Then we'll do one, and then I'm going to have you do a couple else on your own. So here we go. The next one that I want to do with you is number 6. Number 6 is right here. 11 and 1/9 minus 3 2/3. All right, so what I could do is I look for the bigger one, which is a 9. Can I get a 3 up to a 9? I can. So therefore, what I'm going to do to save time is I'm just going to change these all to 9s. Well, since this one is already 9s, I'm just sliding it over. What do I have to do to a 3 to get it to 9? Times it by 3, and this one by 3. 3 times 2 is 6, and then this one would be 3 wholes. All right, so what do I have out for my customer? I have only 1 out of 9 slices. They come in and they want 6. Do I have enough to give them if I only have 1 slice out? I do not have enough. So therefore, I got to go to the back. I'm going to grab a pizza. So now I only have 10 whole pizzas back there. I'm going to make up that pizza. I just made it. It's right there. Now I got to cut it up. I got to cut it how my customer wants, which is out of 9 slices. So 9 out of 9 is my new pizza. But then is that all the slices I have? No, I still have 1 from when we first started. So 9 plus 1 is 10 ninths. Now can I give away 4? Now can I give away the 6 slices that they want? Yes, I can. So 10 minus 6 is 4 ninths. And then 10 minus 3 is 7. So therefore, my answer is 7 4 ninths. Okay, next. Next one I want to do is number 7 with you. 7 says 6 minus 3.5. All right, now here is the issue. My customer wants 1 out of 2 pieces. But look up here. I've got nothing out for them to make. So therefore, what should I do in this case? In this case, I have to go to the back. I got to get a pizza. Here is my pizza right here. Now, I have to cut it like my customer wanted. My customer wanted only 2 pieces. So, therefore, if it's a whole pizza, that would be 2 out of 2. Now, do I have enough to give up 1 of those slices? I sure do. So what is 2 minus 1? That is 1 over 2. And then over here, 5 minus 3 is 2. So therefore, this would be 2.5 left over. And then I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do number 10 real quick. So 10 on this is 1 1/5 minus just a half. So again, can I subtract these fractions as they are? You should be saying no, because the denominators are not the same. So we got to come up with a common denominator. So what you could do is you could do that quick way of multiplying those. 5 times 2 is 10. So I could just quickly make it out of tenths. So what do I do to a 5 to get it to 10? Times it by 2 and this by 2. So now that would be 2/10, but I still have 1 whole pizza in the back. Here, what do I do to a 2 to get it to 10? I times it by 5 and this one by 5. So that would be 5/10. Now I'm going to subtract. Now I have 2 slices out for my customer, but my customer comes in and says, I want to take 5. Do I have enough to give them what they want? You should be saying, no, I do not. So in this case, I gotta go to the back. Now I have 0 pizzas in the back. I am now going to make that pizza. There it is. And then I'm going to cut it how they want it. They wanted it in tenths. So what is one whole pizza when it comes to 10 slices? That would be 10 out of 10. All right, so now do I just have 10 slices for them to take? No, I actually have 10 plus the 2 that were sitting there already. So that is now a total of 12 slices. Now that I have 12 slices, can I give up 5? And this is where you should be saying yes. So what is 12 minus 5? That is 7 out of 10. So, and then 0 minus 0 is 0. So therefore, my answer is 7/10. All right, so now what I want you to do is I want you to try number 8 on your own. So please pause this and try 8 on your own. All right, so you should have paused this and you should have done 8 on your own. If you did 8, you could have just simply either have changed these to 16ths, which is fine. If you did choose to do this by 16ths, I'm just going to tell you what you would have gotten. You would have gotten 14/16 as an answer if you did that. So just letting you know that. You could have also just changed it to 8ths like I just did. And if you did, that would have been 7/8, or like I said, if you changed it to 16ths, your answer would have came out to be 14/16. Okay, so next thing. It says 3 commercials are played in a row between songs of the radio. The 3 commercials fill exactly 3 minutes of the time. The first commercial uses 1 1/6 minutes. The second is 3/5 of a minute. So how long is that third commercial? So remember, it says again, all 3 commercials are going to be filling up 3 minutes. So this is all going to come out to be 3 minutes long. So 1 1/6 is used up by the first. The second is 3/5. But then it says we don't know the third. So first what we should do is we should first find out the total of this and then subtract it from 3 to figure out what the difference is. So in this case, you should have changed these all to a common denominator. Just to make it quick and easy, you could do that quick way of finding a common denominator. I'm going to change these all to 30ths. So what do I do to a 6 to get it to 30? Times it by 5 and this by 5. So that would be 5/30. So this would be 1 5/30. Plus, what do I do to a 5 to get it to 30? Times it by 6 and this by 6. So 6 times 3 is 18. So then can I add this? 18 plus 5 is 23/30, and then 1 whole. So this is what we have so far. Plus an unknown number is going to equal 3. So in order to figure this out, I actually got to work backwards and do a subtraction to figure out what is left out of this. So 1 23/30. All right, so I have nothing for my customer, but my customer wants 23 slices out of the 30. Do I have that for them? No, I do not. So what I got to do is I got to go to the back. I'm going to make a pizza, go and take a pizza. Now I only have 2 in the back. Here I just have my pizza. I'm going to cut it up like they want it. They want it in 30ths. So a whole pizza when it comes to 30ths would be 30 out of 30. And since there was nothing already there originally, we only have 30 out. Now can I subtract off 23? I sure can. So what is 30 minus 27? That would be 7 out of 30 left. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. So therefore my answer is 1 7/30 of a minute. All right, I want you to go ahead and try 15 on your own. It's saying 4 students made videos of an art project. The table shows the length of each video. Match each pair of videos with the correct difference. Remember, difference means answer to a subtraction problem. Between their times. So go ahead and try this one on your own. All right, so if you did this, which you should have, you could have, the first one, for example, says video 1 and video 3. So what they wanted you to do is take 4 3/4 and subtract off 2 5/6 to find the difference. So you should have found a common denominator, which I changed it to 12ths, but you could have changed it to 24ths. And then if you subtracted it, it would have been 1 11/12. Or if you use 24ths, it would have been 1 22 over 24. So either way, which one is showing this? It is this one. And then if you kept on going, that one would link here and that one would link right there. So that was your answer for those. Okay, now next page. I'm just going to go to the homework. Again, you do not have to do the estimation, so don't worry about that. And then it says put it in simplest form. Again, you do not need to do that as well, but you do need to find the difference between these. So again, find the difference means the answer to a subtraction problem. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you find a common denominator. And then, of course, show your work. All right, so I'm just going to do a few with you, and then I'll do 3 for you, and then I'll show you your homework. So we'll just do that. All right, so here. Again, don't worry about the estimation. And the estimation. We're not going to worry about the estimation on any of these, so we can just cross those out. All right, so this one is 4.5 minus 3 5/6. Okay, first of all, I could come up with a common denominator by multiplying these. 2 times 6 equals 12. So you could have changed these all to 12s. Or you can find out which one is the bigger of the two, which is 6, and go by multiples of 6 until a 2 can go into it. So 6 times 1 is 6. Can I get a 2 up to a 6? I sure can. So to save some time, I am just going to change everything to 6. So here, I'm just going to slide this on over. Remember, the only thing that changes is the fraction itself. So the whole number of 4 is still going to remain the same. What do I do to a 2 to get it to 6? I'm going to times it by 3. So I must do the same to my numerator. 3 times 1 is 3. Then, since this one is already in 6, I'm just going to slide this on over. So that would be 5/6. 3 5/6. All right, so this is what is out ready for my customer. But I only have 3 slices for my customer out of the 6, but they said, what we want 5. Do you have enough to give them their 5 slices? This is where you should be saying, no, you cannot. So you have to go to the back. I'm going to take a pizza. So now I'm left with only 3. Here's my pizza. Now I'm going to cut it just like they want it in 6. So now I have 6 slices. So what would be a whole brand new whole pizza cut up into 6? That would be 6/6. So now I have 6 plus the 3. So that is actually 9/6 are ready to go. So now 9 minus 5 is 4 6. And then 3 minus 3 is nothing. So you could have had this as an answer. Also, if you use that, if you wanted to reduce it, 1 and 4, and then 2 is the other option. Can 4 go into 6 evenly? No. But since they are both even, you automatically know that 2 can go into both of them evenly. How many 2's go into 4? It is 2. How many 2's go into 6? It is 3. So you could have said one of these two is fine. All right, so next, this one is 9 minus 3 and 7/8. All right, so here I have nothing out for them, and my customer wants, I want 7 slices. Do I have what they wanted? And this is where you should be saying no. So in this case, I have to go to the back. Now there's only 8 whole pizzas in the back. I'm going to cut up that pizza. How am I going to cut it? They want it in 8ths, so I'm going to make them happy and cut it how they want it. So one whole pizza, when it comes to 8ths, would be 8 out of the 8 slices. So now I have 8 slices out for them. Can I give them 7? I sure can. So what is 8 minus 7 would be 1 out of 8. And now 8 minus 3 is 5. So my answer would have been 5 and 1/8. All right, so now I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do number 4 down here. So here we go. So 2 and 1/6 minus 1 and 2/7. So I can just do the quick method of finding a common denominator. Do 6 times 7 equals 42. So I'm going to change these all to 42. What do I do to 6 to get it to 42? I times it by 7 and this by 7. So that would be 7 over 42. So that would be 2 and 7 over 42. What would I do to a 7 to get it to 42? I times it by 6. I have to do the same here. So that would be 12 over 42. So 1 and 12 over 42. All right, so here we go. Can I have 7 and take away 12? So I have 7 out for my customer, but my customer wants 12. Do I have enough to give them their order? You should be saying no. So I need to go to the back, take a pizza. So I only have 1 pizza in the back now. I'm going to take that pizza and I'm going to cut it up how they want it. They want it in 42 slices. So therefore, what is a whole pizza out of 42 slices? Well, that would be 42 out of 42 is 1 whole pizza. So do I just have 42 slices? You should be saying no. You have that 7 that was there too. So therefore, 7 plus 42 comes out to be a total of 49 out of 42 slices. Now can I give up 12? You certainly can. So now I'm going to do 49 minus 12 over here. So what is 9 minus 2 is 7, and 4 minus 1 is 3. So therefore, 49 minus 12 is 37 over 42. And then 1 minus 1 is nothing. So therefore, my answer is 37 over 42. All right, so that your homework will be 5 and 6, 7 and 8. On the back, I just want you to do 1, 2, 4. You can cross out 3, 5 and 6. Okay, and that is it for 6.7. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.